Welcome YouTubers to another video. Today we're going to do a continuation of my statue theme line collection tour. Previously I did my horror statue collection line. Today we're going to finish off this part of the wall really by doing the Predator, Alien, and Terminator. So this really starts from my half-scale endoskeleton and ends here at the Dog Alien by Prime 1. So we'll actually check out the Terminator first. Now I still am waiting for 1 to 2 more pieces, although if I can, I will eventually get the Queen Arnold bust, and I would put it right there, move the Endo bust right there, the 1/4 down there, and Pure Art's Battle Damage Endo bust right there, and then I would say it's complete. That's the one thing I feel I'm truly missing is the Queen Arnold bust. So I am, after, Jason Bust arrives and I'm done with that, that is my next focus, is getting Queen Arnold Bust. So you guys will see a sell-off video for, I'm going to be selling some statues shortly to start funding that project of mine. 'Cause, like I said, this whole collection from Alien till Marcus is my favorite, and I really want to have the best. So that is the eventual plan. So first we got this half-scale endoskeleton. This is something I actually bought locally when I started to buy Terminator statues. I always wanted this. I always wanted a large endoskeleton ever since I went on the Terminator 3D ride at Universal Studios. They had like 3 giant life-size endos come out on each side, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so freaking cool. I love it. I wanted it. And once I started getting to statue collecting, the things that always, caught my attention was Terminator, Predator, and Alien. Those were always the statues that I thought were the coolest. I was just like, oh my gosh, these are definitely the coolest looking statues out there. So I bought this bad boy for $1,500 local pickup. And the guy that was selling it is someone that basically, he sells lost packages in the mail. Like they couldn't deliver a package, so they sell at an auction house. He'll buy those packages and then sell them on like eBay and whatnot. So, he looked at retail and then basically offered it to me for a few $100 less. So there's 2 endo half scales in the market. This one and Prime 1. I do much prefer mine. So Terminator 2 Judgment Day plaque, a bunch of skulls, tires, wheels. Very, very cool base. I like it quite a bit, actually. It really fits the theme of, coming from this scene in the movie. And this is the Sideshow art print. I really like that. This endo has a very shiny look to it. So it does light up, which I'll show you. Here's the pulse rifle, which looks great. He holds it, and his fingers actually do bend, so you can pose them how you want. And that's actually how you get him to hold that. The gun pegs in, and then you fold his fingers into it. And his body comes in half. Pretty decent sized box, but just a phenomenal piece. What really makes this special as well is the light up feature. Alexa, turn on horror statue lights. So here is the light up feature. You have 2 modes. One is the blinking blue, like this, which looks really cool, and then just the eyes light up. Or you can have just blue constant on, but I love the blinking feature because when you watch that scene at the beginning of T2, there's tons of blinking blue lights from lasers and lights shining. So I really feel like this just gives a super cool effect, and I love it. Alexa, turn off horror statue lights. So yeah, this endo is a piece I absolutely love. I think it's phenomenal. Stands 38 inches tall, about 20 inches deep on the base, 18 inches wide. But for me, it's the definite half-scale endo out there, and I absolutely love it. And this is made by Sideshow Collectibles. Next, we have the Sideshow T2 Arnold Pf. And this is the exclusive, which basically comes with his thumb in the lava, which is really cool. But this is an older piece, but it is quite good, actually. I really like it. No light up feature, although they really should have put one in his eye. But, they did mixed media, and they did a great job on the mixed media. The likeness is superb to Arnold. Just a fantastic overall statue. I really like it. Then I printed that Mondo poster right there. I really like that. It looks really cool. Then you have the Sideshow Pf or maquette of their Endoskeleton. This one was honestly kind of a disappointment because it's basically plastic. It's incredibly light and just feels super cheap and kind of looks cheap. It does have a light up eye, but you have to remove the skull, press a button, put the skull back on, which is such a pain in the butt, so I never turn the light up on. The pose is decent. I like the base. It's quite big, as you can see. I just feel they should have made this out of polystone and maybe gave it a glossy look like this, or at least made it look like the bust, but they made it out of plastic, so it looks cheap. You know, like my Hot Toys, which I sold to buy this, actually looked better, so I wish I just would have kept the Hot Toys, because that one had this shiny look to it, which I like. Then you have the bust. Now the bust is from Terminator 1, so it's not as shiny as T2 version, but this does look fantastic. And it does have a light up feature, which I will find the button. There we go. And this one you actually can move the head, you know, how you want. So if you want to angle it one way, you can. The light up is red, not orange, like the picture in the video. And this is actually the exclusive part for this, but I like putting it there. I think it looks really cool and it fits the bust quite well. I do like this bust quite a bit. I think it's very, very nice. Great paint job, great sculpt, great design. I have no qualms with this. I mean, I'd say some of the teeth could have been better. Some of it looks kind of globbed together in the sculpt. But that's just being nitpicky. Overall, it's a fantastic looking bust. Very, very cool. And definitely a must-have for any serious Terminator collector. Then this is the Hcg Endo Arm. This was one of the most recent acquisitions. This also does have a light-up feature. Let me see if I could find it. Boom. So basically a blue light as well, shining into it, which looks pretty cool, actually. So I do like this light-up feature. It's just a button you press. This is actually very, very big, this arm. And I got it for a smoking good deal. But it looks really cool next to the bust like that. I love the look of that. Just freaking awesome. So I actually ordered the Chronicles half-scale Arnold bust, and I'm going to place it there. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I bought it off Amazon with free returns. So I get that on Tuesday. So I'm going to check it out, see how it looks. If it looks really good, you know, it's only $150, so I'd just keep it. But if it looks terrible and I just don't like it at all, I'll just return it, free return. So we'll see how that turns out. And then I am getting the Pure Arts battle damaged endo bust. I used to have the normal. I sold it because I want battle damaged, and it'll go right there. And then I'd keep the Arnold half scale there. That's if I can't get Queen Arnold. But if I can get Queen Arnold, then I'll do what I said at the beginning of the video. And so that's my Terminator corner. I absolutely love Terminator, and I would love to collect more of it. So fortunately, I just don't have a ton of space here for Terminator stuff. But there's not a lot of great Terminator statues out there, to be honest. It's really surprising considering how such a big franchise it is. I feel like we're missing so many good statues. Like, where's our 1/3 Arnold, 1/3 T1000, 1/3 Endo? I'd buy all of those. So hopefully someday a company wises up and stops making the 90th Batman statue or Spider-Man statue and actually make some Terminator stuff, because that's what I'm interested in. I'm sick of this superhero statues. So after that, we do enter the Predator and Alien section. Now, my vision was to have 3 1/3 scale of each major Alien and Predator. You know, so first you start with the Jungle Hunter Predator. Now, I used to own the recast of this, and I sold that to a buddy of mine, and I bought the original Cinema Cat. Now, this is my most expensive piece to date. I got number 201 of 500. There's only 500 actually made. But this to me is my favorite statue in my collection. Now, it is a holy grail of statues. Predator is probably the coolest creature ever created in cinematic history. This and the Xenomorph. And because they actually were in movies together, I feel they should be in displays together, and I love displaying them together. I just think it's so awesome. So this one is a perfect statue. It has a freaking amazing base. So cool. The whole jungle theme is just phenomenal. The water, the mask in the base, the plaque, it's huge and just immaculate. And the Predator is perfect. Real netting, real skulls, real leather, super premium, high quality. This does light up like so, and then it does that whole, you know, theme of it exploding basically anytime you open that, battery operated. I believe this is real metal claws. Then you have all the different plants. Has just an incredible presence. It's a very thick, big 1/3, 32 inches tall. Most 1/3s are about 28 with a simple base like this. Like, well, not a tall base, I mean. So it's very big, very imposing. These dreads are like almost rubbery. They move, they won't break, they're not polystone. They look great. The mouth, eyes, and forehead is just perfect. It truly is the holy grail of statues and my pride and joy and my most expensive piece to date. So something I will die with. This is gonna be buried with me. That'll be in my will. So absolutely love that piece. Then you have the Dog Alien maquette. So this is by Prime 1 Studios. And I do have one additional Prime 1 Studios Alien I will be getting. But this was their first Alien mass-produced statue, and they knocked it out of the park. I did get the deluxe version, which comes with this switch-out bust. It's actually that head, though, because they're interchangeable. I like displaying that head, because all my other Aliens are going to be the open-mouth version, like this. So this one has a monster big base. This is all themes from Alien 3, which is probably the worst Alien movie in my opinion. But this base is huge. It takes up this entire Magic case. But this Alien is absolutely phenomenal. The paint job is just immaculate. They did such a good job. It looks so realistic, has a good shiny, wet look to it. Monster big tail that just looks awesome. The sculpt and detail is just phenomenal on this thing. So I'm a huge fan of this piece. It fetches quite a high price tag now these days because it's such a good piece, and it's, you know, it's highly unlikely we'll ever see another Alien, you know, Dog Alien in 1/3 from another company this high quality. Then we got this mask, the Jungle Hunter mask. This is my most recent acquisition to my Predator line. This is by Icon Design Studios. This one is, it was a slight disappointment, but overall I still really like it. They did not sculpt in any of the battle damage, but apparently the original mask didn't have that sculpted in either. It was just painted on like this. But I love the eyes, I love the light up, I love the design. The overall look is amazing. I do like the actual paint job in general. I think they did quite a good job actually. So this is gonna go in one of two places. Option 1 would be just here in the wall above the, you know, Cinemaquette, then, or option B would be inside the Magic case next to the Sideshow Jungle Hunter life-size bust, if I can ever find that for a good price. You know, then I'd have the mask next to the life-size bust. I do have the Prime 1 Big Chap, so that's the original Alien, on order, shipped. It should arrive in the next 2 to 3 weeks, most likely. And that's a wall mountable bust, gonna go right here. So that will go right there 100%. Whether or not I wall mount that will depend if I can find the Sideshow bust at a good price, because I'm not spending $3,000 for one without a box. Next, we have the inside of these curios. So I have a little theme of the half-scale bust. You got the Sideshow Alien Warrior with a little half-scale face hugger. This is the exclusive with the plaque. This is quite cool. Looks great. It's my only Alien Warrior, to be honest, so I'm probably just going to keep it so I still have an Alien Warrior. Then you have a custom face hugger and egg. And these both look absolutely fantastic. Then you enter my Wolf Predator theme. This is all wolf. So wolf is actually my favorite Predator. You know, jungle being the second favorite. But I just love everything about Wolf. He is the toughest Predator out there. He killed like hundreds of xenomorphs, 50 humans, took on 3 xenomorphs at the same time in the frickin' sewers. where in like the first AVP, some of those predators couldn't even take down one, so they're a bunch of pussies. Where Wolf is the ultimate badass predator, so he is my favorite. Plus, I love the design, the look of him. He has 2 laser things on him, tons of weapons, his whip, and he is just phenomenal. I love the fact that, you know, you can see he's been through a lot of battles. He has half his face burned off from acid, but he is just one tough mother effer. Sliced this alien in half with his whip. Got this custom wolf mask here on the base, which looks really cool. This is definitely one of my grails. I drove out to Colorado to buy this, drove like 9 hours, spent $2,500 cash on the spot, literally withdrew it from the bank and gave it to the guy. Got it brand spanking new, and I freaking love it. It's definitely a grail of mine. Something that won't ever leave my collection. It does come with this switch out head. So this is the masked portrait, and it looks really good. And I got this COA as well. So that looks really cool. And I do have that poster back there. Then we got the little half-scale bust by Sideshow. Now they definitely could have did a better job on this, but I love the design. I think they nailed it on the base, the overall look, the sculpt is phenomenal. It just could have been a better paint job. Like, it's not as good as the 1/3 paint job. But overall, I still like it quite a bit, and I got it for a screaming good deal, so it's definitely something I'm not gonna sell. So I still really like it. This is a Sideshow, just S logo. Then we come to the XM Alien and Predator statues. So these two are meant to be a pair like this, and they do look quite good together. This was their first attempt at Alien and Predator. They used Naren, who is a famous Alien Predator sculptor, and these are not movie based. This is really interpretation based, his own version of them. But I think he did a really good job on it. So Alien, you have him jumping onto this like spaceship, stepping on top of another xenomorph, which you know, has a different design actually. This one looks more like an alien warrior, but then this one has this design, and I really like the design and look of this head. I think it's super, super awesome. I love the pose, very imposing and sinister looking. Very, very big. This one's very big. Has such an incredible presence, and the paint job is really unique. It's like brown, green, gray, black, different spots everywhere, even gold on the teeth. So they did a very unique job on the paint, but I think it works and flows and just looks really good. So I'm a huge fan of this piece. Currently, it's my favorite Alien piece to date. We'll see how the Prime 1 big chap comes when that eventually arrives and sits there. But I absolutely love this piece. It does come with a swap out head, but I don't like that head nearly as much as this one. So I only will display this head. So big fan of that piece. Then we have the XM Predator. So this comes with this switch out portrait, and it does have a base for it. And it looks really good. I love the detail in the mouth, the eyes. Very, very cool. Love the vein work and the teeth. They're like acrylic teeth, and the veins look really good. So this one, the base is really well done as well. It's like he's at his home base, where he has all of his trophies. So he has tons of skulls in the back, and he's just in like a victory pose, like screaming, "I won, yes!" So I love that, and it's clearly in like the top of some trees. It really matches sort of like this Sideshow art print I got here. Very well, actually. So I like the pose quite a bit. He has real metal claws, and this is the best masked portrait out there for 1/3 for me. I love this portrait. Really, really well done. And this one does not have netting, but you can see they did a really good job overall on the paint job. Very like reptilian and rigged look. Very, very cool. Giant spear that's like 3 feet long. Very, very cool. Monster big. He does come with a switch out where he's holding like one of those little disc blades, but the spear looks so much better. So I will never display that little disc. It's always going to be basically like this. The only thing I'll change out is the portrait and then him holding his mask. But I do want at least one of my predators to always be masked, just because I have 3. And that one can't be masked, so it's either going to be Wolf or him, but I prefer Wolf unmasked. So I'll probably never actually change this out again. But I love the overall look of it. It's a phenomenal piece and extremely well done. We do have this alien art print I forget who makes this, but it's extremely cool. And this is just a high quality photo I found of an alien fighting a predator with some eggs. That looks really cool. But that's basically it. You know, Big Chap won't be shipping for a long time, the 1/3. I'm pretty confident it's gonna have another delay. And then I went through my retailer that takes an extra 9 months to ship it. So I probably won't get that till end of next year. Oh goodness, I should just eat the NRD and buy it from Prime 1. Although it was a 900 NRD, so I don't know about that. But I'm very much looking forward to getting Big Chap, because then that completes the 1/3. Then we just got to work on eventually converting that to all Predator themed inside. You know, I've thought of a lot of different options, like doing like a face hugger with a chest burster. I couldn't fit a life-size alien egg in there, but I'll eventually probably move Game of Thrones and do all Alien and Predator, because I feel that would just make the flow of this better. And then, like I said, I really want to get Queen Arnold. That's a big goal of mine. So I plan to sell off a bunch of comic-based statues here in the next video. So look out for that. It's X-Men, by the way. Other than that, let me know your thoughts and opinions below. If you guys have any suggestions as well down here. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.